Hey everyone, this is Matt Dinnerman again. Here we have the 2015 Kentucky Oaks. I'm going to recap this race now. A field of 14 runners, and here is number 12, Stellar Wind. She is the favorite. Number 7, Lovely Maria, was the eventual winner. And we're first just going to go through the entire race, and then we'll talk about a few eventful trips, a few fillies ahead, some either trouble or trips that we thought maybe would have been different before the race. So let's start the tape here. 14 of them in line. They were off. Nobody really stumbled. Everyone seemed to come away fairly enough. And right here, the first problem there is Stellar Wind gets bumped into by Bird at the Wire and Puka. Bird at the Wire was also hampered with, and Stellar Wind, you can see right here, she's already not liking that dirt in her face. She looks very choppy there. You see her right front leg action, that's called climbing. She's climbing, and she's about 5 paths off the rail into this clubhouse turn. So you could tell she is just not happy back here. And they're running around the clubhouse turn and making their way towards the backstretch now. And Condo Commando, she has some pressure from Angela Renee right there, but they're going just at a sensible pace. They're not flying, but they're going at a reasonable pace. Condo Commando showing the way. Angela Renee is there second, and Shook Up is on a hold down on the inside there. The gray filly right there is on a hold. Robbie Alvarado tries to get her out and bumps into Lovely Maria, and Lovely Maria has the outside path, so she is forced Shook Up to stay inside. And Lovely Maria, there's your eventual winner, and she's in a perfect position right there. Bird at the Wire has made up a lot of ground at this point, and now we're looking back to Stellar Wind, and Victor is hard-ridden. She is hard-ridden right now. Victor already is whipping her to go. He already took out the stick and whipped her a couple times there. She's just not picking off horses like she did in California. So Stellar Wind is going to run on and be fourth. But now we make our way towards the front, and Condo Commando has already spit the bit. She is out of the race now. She's out of it. And here comes Lovely Maria on the outside of Angela Renee. Shook Up is there third, and Stellar Wind is way back here. She's just not producing a run. I'm a Chatterbox. We'll talk about her later. She was farther back than we thought she'd be, and she ran on nicely for third. But they're coming to the 16th pole now, and Lovely Maria has put them all away. And Lovely Maria, she ran a huge race. She was much the best this race, and she cruises in to win by about, 2.5 lengths? 2 3/4, 3 lengths. Shook Up a very nice second. I'm a Chatterbox ran on for third, and Stellar Wind also ran on, but the damage was done, and she was fourth. So Boo Boo Clark gets his second Grade 1 win, his first big win on an international stage. And it's always great to see these riders who are just underrated, where they're very capable. Kerwin Clark is a very capable rider. He can get on a lot of good horses and give very good rides and give winning rides like he did here. And it's great to see him get an opportunity. And Kerwin Clark certainly earned that opportunity because he worked hard for a long, long time, and he's a very underrated rider. And it's just great to see him get a big win. You can tell he's really emotional here. So Lovely Maria gets the job done. Let's go back, and I'm going to take a look at Stellar Wind first. We're going to watch her race, and she really had a rough trip. We're going to talk more about her. So here we go again. Number 12, there she is. She's off maybe a step slowly, but it's not a huge problem. The first problem is going to be right here, where she gets cut off a little bit there, and Victor has to take up, and now she's already at the back of the pack, which is not, I'm sure that's not where the connections wanted her to be. She's a closer, but she doesn't need to be that far back, and right here you see she's choppy already. She just doesn't look comfortable, like I said earlier. And she's towards the rear of the field right now, and she just doesn't look like she's running like she did when she was in California. And maybe that's because of the kickback, all the dirt in her face. Maybe she didn't like Churchill's track. Churchill's track is known to be a track where some horses just really don't care for it. Maybe Stellar Wind didn't care for this track either. And NBC is going to show a camera view right here. And if you look closely, there's Victor Espinoza and Stellar Wind. He's already pushing her along right here. He's trying to get her going, and she's passing fillies slowly here, but you could tell she's just not happy out there. Her strides are very choppy, and as they go into the turn, Victor's really asking her to pick it up. And when they go into this turn, you're going to see in a matter of moments here that Victor's already taken out the whip. Right there, you see her get a crack of the whip there. So they were at around the 3/8 pole, and she was already being asked to go with the whip. And now we're going to see her go outside here, and when they turn into the stretch, she's going to go really wide here. Let's pause the tape right here. Money's on Charlotte, this big long shot here, drifted a little out. She was going to be to the far outside anyway with Stellar Wind, but she was to the far outside there and even farther out with money's on Charlotte. What, the rails open? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Stellar Wind's probably about 10 paths off the rail at the top of the stretch. She goes 10 wide here. So she lost a lot of ground off the turn, and you can see at this point, she's still trying hard. She's passing fillies, but very slowly, and obviously she's not going to get it done. The damage has been done here. I'm a Chatterbox, the eventual third-place winner. She's basically following her at this point, and you're going to see Stellar Wind run by a lot of tired fillies. They were tired, but she ran on. She tried hard to the end, and she was fourth, only beaten a length for third. So I think with a better trip, and if she liked the track better, I think that she would have run much better than she did, but at the same time, there was nobody that was going to beat Lovely Maria on this day. That's for sure. Lovely Maria was just the best filly. Now we're going to go back to the stretch run. So we talked about Stellar Wind there. Obviously, it wasn't her day. She didn't get the greatest trip, didn't like the track there, but she might have had an excuse to finish third, but she wasn't going to beat this filly. That would have been very difficult. So now we're going to go back to the stretch run and talk about a filly named Eskin for Money. And we're going to go towards the far turn now. And Eskin for Money's all the way back here. So she's a few pass off the rail. And Javier Castellano is riding this filly. And she's getting into gear now. He is moving. Javier Castellano is moving her to the inside here. He's looking for a place to go. The rail spot now all of a sudden opens up. And there he goes. Javier sees it, and he's going to punch on through there. He gets a perfect rail run into the stretch. Now watch Condo Commando. She spit the bit right here, and she is weakening. Here's Eskin for Money, and there's Include Betty. And Include Betty's going to get in tight with Eskin for Money, and Condo Commando's right weakening to the inside here, and Eskin for Money is going to get shut off right there. And there's the 16th pole. So the whole 16th, the last 16th of a mile, Eskin for Money didn't have any sort of chance to run. She wasn't going to hit the board anyway, but she was making a move, and it's worth noting that she did have a rough trip in the stretch, especially the last 16th of a mile where she just had nowhere to go on the rail, and it would have been interesting to see how she would have run on, but Eskins for Money is one that you can look for next time out. And one that I want to finally talk about is I'm a Chatterbox. I'm a Chatterbox, there she is in post 8, and she comes out okay, not the fastest, not the sharpest, but she came out well enough, and immediately she's towards the back of the field. And this is interesting because in her races at the fairground, she was stalking, and she was within a couple lengths of the lead. Now, right here, she is towards the rear of the field, and this is not where I'm a Chatterbox. That's not her preferred spot to be in for this race. So I think a lot of people that played I'm a Chatterbox was surprised that she was taken this far back. There she is. If I had to guess, I would say this is maybe 15 lengths off the lead at this point. And, some people were thinking she'd be right around here where the cursor is. So she was far back. We're going to pick it up on the far turn. And she's already made up some ground by this time. And here she goes. She's on the outside, or she's going to go to the outside. Then Florent Giroux decides to just keep her right where she's at. She's only 3 paths off the rail or so. And she turns into the stretch, and she's going to come and split horses right here. She's under the whip, but you're going to see she's going to run on nicely. And she ran a nice race here, running on after being farther back than we thought she would be, and she finished third. There she goes. She has a nice stride to her. Looks like she's taking the track okay. She tried to drift out a little bit momentarily, about 50 yards back there, but she's going to run on and pass Angela Renee late. She's going to finish third. So I'm a Chatterbox. I think ran a good race considering the situation that she was in. So Lovely Maria obviously ran a big race. She got a great trip too. She got the perfect trip. Shook up with a big effort in second. I'm a Chatterbox, a good third. And Stellar Wind, she had a rough time of it, but it would have been hard for her to win anyway. And finally, Eskin for Money is one that to watch for next time, because you saw in the stretch she had a bit of a rough go there, but she was starting to get rolling. So that's my Kentucky Oaks analysis. Hope to hear from you guys soon. And we'll do this again soon as well.